Good afternoon or morning or evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome back to my channel, Empowerment. Life is a lot, and processing our emotions through art can really help. So I've begun doing these channel drawings every day, and it's so therapeutic. I just start drawing and see what comes out without thinking about it, just letting the emotions and feelings and inspiration flow through my hand and the colored pencils and onto the page. And so this is the drawing for today. It's called Purification. It's a lot of fiery energy coming from the base of the drawing, and then the contrasting blue cutting through. The purification process can be very intense and sometimes feel like we're really being put into the heat of life without much reprieve. And you know, have you ever watched a fire in a fireplace and actually seen bits of blue in the fire? So that's kind of what the blue is representing. And it can also represent the contrasts with the fire, the moments of coolness or reprieve throughout the purification process. So for today's reading, to accompany the drawings, we're going to do a reading I've never done before with the Osho deck. It's called the Paradox. So we're going to look at the top card that we select from one of three piles will represent the here and now. And so where we're at individually and as a collective with our own purification process as we ground our healing powers more into this three-dimensional plane and yet ascend energetically and burn off, let go of anything that is not serving us, that's from the past. So we're going to look at the here and now, and then our past life influences and insight into the paradox. So first, I'm just going to keep shuffling a bit more. I really like looking at the drawing with the Osho deck on top. There's some similar energies there. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the deck with my left hand. Represents intuition. I'm going to select this deck of the three. So the top card here represents the here and now. Oh, that's so beautiful. So in a space of flowering, look at this goddess. She's so lovely, sitting on the lotus blossom. She's covered in beautiful rainbow colors. You can see on each wrist she has rainbow bracelets like the chakras. She has a beautiful green skirt on and green top, a lot of lace up near her neck and around her bosom, and then this flowing hair and a beautiful flower crown. And then she's surrounded by the light of the moon, and then sitting on a beautiful, her lotus blossom is kind of in between the earth, and you can see some fall foliage there, beautiful yellow leaves, and the sea. So that is where we're at here and now with our purification process. So we're actually, it looks like we're enjoying it and luxuriating in it, and maybe in that moment of reprieve from the intensity. The bottom card represents past life influences. So beyond illusion, that's a major arcana. We'll look into those more deeply. And then we're going to fan and select one more card that will represent insight into the paradox. And that is experiencing, which we drew last week for one of our readings. These are gorgeous. I love the yellow of this butterfly. The third eye energy is very much aligned with this drawing here. Just hold that up a little closer for you to see. Beyond illusion. And then flowering is much more the energy of the fire below. Trying to get the light to hit it correctly. Or experiencing, sorry, experiencing. All right, so let's look at these in more detail. So the here and now is from the Suite of Rainbows, which is also would be pentacles in the traditional deck. And that is the Queen. She does look very queenly. Page 74. The Queen of Rainbows is like a fantastic plant that has reached the apex of its flowering and its colors. She is very sexual, very alive, and full of possibilities. She snaps her fingers to the music of love, and her zodiac necklace is placed in a way that Venus lies above her heart. The sleeves of her garment contain an abundance of seeds. And as the wind blows, the seeds will be scattered to take root where they may. So she's planting seeds everywhere. She is the source of the garden, really. She is not concerned whether they land on the soil or on the rocks. She is just spreading them everywhere in sheer celebration of life and love. She's just doing her thing, being herself, expressing herself without concern for the results. So that's what we're working on is, commitment without being attached. Flowers fall on her from above in harmony with her own flowering, and the waters of emotion swirl playfully beneath the flower on which she sits. You might feel like a garden of flowers right now, showered with blessings from everywhere. Welcome the bees, invite the birds to drink your nectar, spread your joy around for all to share. So I hope you're feeling some of that energy today, and if not, that it comes soon. It's really positive energy, just enjoying the lusciousness of who you are and sharing it with the world. Beyond illusion is Major Arcana number 20. Nearing the end of the Major Arcana, but not totally. The butterfly in this card, so this is our past life influences, represents the outer, that which is constantly moving and that which is not real, but an illusion. Behind the butterfly is the face of consciousness, looking inward to that which is eternal. The space between the two eyes has opened, revealing the lotus of spiritual unfoldment and the rising sun of awareness. Through the rising of the inner sun, meditation is born. The card reminds us not to look outside for what is real, but to look within. When we focus on externals, we too often get caught up in judgments. This is good, this is bad, I want this, I don't want that. These judgments keep us trapped in our illusions, our sleepiness, our old habits and patterns. Drop your opinionated mind and move inside. There, you can relax into your own deepest truth, where the difference between dreams and reality is already known. So in our past lives, we were, eternal consciousness, bliss, without illusions, and confident in our deepest truth. So beautiful. And finally, the insight into the paradox, even though I don't really see much of a paradox between these two, they're both very expressive and peaceful cards, is experiencing, and this is in the Suite of Fire, which is Wands, the Three of Fire. Although I guess she's much more outwardly expressed, like in and of the world of gardens and plants and music and love and celebration. This one is much more inwardly focused. So let's see if this is an integration or insight into that dynamic. An experience is something that can be filed away in a notebook or captured on film and pasted in an album. Experiencing is the feeling of wonder itself, the thrill of communion, and the gentle touch of our connectedness with all that surrounds us. The woman in this card is not just touching this tree, she is in communion with it. She has almost become one with it. It is an old tree and has seen many hard times. Her touch is gentle, reverent, and the white on the inside of her cape reflects the purity of her heart. She is humble, simple, and that is the right way to approach nature. Nature doesn't bang any drums when it bursts forth into flower, nor play any dirges when the trees let go of their leaves in the fall. But when we approach her in the right spirit, she has many secrets to share. If you haven't heard nature whispering to you lately, now is a good time to give her the opportunity. So what I'm getting from this one is that it's in nature where we're able to integrate the dynamics of the inner knowing of divine consciousness and the outer expression of just delight in this human experience. And then we really can be fully experiencing in every dimension of our nature. So get out into nature sometime soon and let me know how that goes. If you would like your own personalized channeled drawing, I do them with Prismacolor art sticks and Prismacolor colored pencils. And it will be 8.5 by 11. I'll put it on more solid paper than this and send it to you in beautiful wrapping with a personalized note. So you can send me an email at chloe@chloelauer.com to let me know what's going on in your life and what the themes are that are coming up, and I will channel a drawing for you according to those themes. And then I'll do a reading for you, and you can let me know which cards you feel most drawn to. I have the Osho deck, I have the Serpentine Tarot, I have the Animal Spirit cards, I have Archangel Oracle cards, and I'll probably get some new decks soon. And then you can send me payment at paypal.me/Chloe Lauer. That's $111 for those. And you can see details in the description box below. So I hope you have a wonderful day in abundant love always. From my heart to yours, may you be blessed on this journey. Bye-bye.